Okay, so I finally got time to sit down and watch the first 3 episodes of Daredevil Born Again. This is a series that I've been pretty excited for because I really did love what they did with it on Netflix. So obviously, I've been a little bit nervous with what's going to happen once Disney gets its hands on it. The initial news that characters like Foggy and Karen weren't going to be returning really did kind of bug me. Felt like Disney was just kind of cherry picking what they wanted about the show and were going to just attempt to give us what they thought we'd like, as opposed to really actually taking what that show was and continuing it. Once it was announced that Foggy and Karen were returning, I was pretty happy. At the same time, it did also kind of make me nervous that that news did also come with the knowledge that the show was basically being rewritten from the ground up. I've noticed kind of a trend recently with superhero content in general that it seems like almost everything is either going through massive rewrites or just straight up being scrapped. So that did kind of make me nervous. However, now that the show is out, usually, especially with the Disney Plus shows, by the 3rd episode, I can usually tell how things are going to go quality wise. Thankfully, without giving away any spoilers, I can say that it does seem like this show is going to be in that good bunch of Disney Plus shows. I find Disney Plus shows tend to have this nasty habit where they start off really interesting, they have a great concept, and then it just seems like over the course of 7 or 8 episodes, they just kind of lose everything that made it interesting or just kind of completely spiral in a way that doesn't feel narratively satisfying. That was kind of happening to me, I feel like, in episode 2. I kind of started to almost check out. I don't think that was necessarily this show. I think it was more so just me being a little cynical while watching it. Daredevil has always been kind of a slower paced show. I definitely prefer to binge these shows as opposed to watch them week to week. We do get a really cool fight that was shown off in one of the trailers. In episode 1, with the news that came out, I know for a fact that that fight wouldn't have been in the original cut of the show, so I can definitely already start to see where the improvements have been made. With that, I guess I can say that I like what they've been changing. Obviously, it'll be kind of hard to tell exactly what was a part of the original show and what was redone. I know Kevin Feige did say that they were going to try to keep certain elements of what they had already filmed. I can take some guesses as to what was original content and what was rewrites. There's stuff that's obviously part of rewrites because Foggy and Karen are involved. There's a few little nitpicky things while I was watching that kind of made me scratch my head, certain character decisions, but like any good show, it turns out that those decisions actually were going to be a big impact and weren't just going to be shoved under the rug. What I can confidently say right now is that this show has me hooked in. I'm very excited for episode 4. If this show does continue to hit us with these end of episode cliffhangers, kind of similar to the way Netflix would do it, they're probably going to keep me coming back as the episodes release. If you're a fan of the original Daredevil series, I'm not going to sit here and say that they have completely recaptured that magic and everything that was the original Daredevil series on Netflix. But what I can say is that they're definitely giving it a really good shot. It's definitely possible that by the end of this series, I could say that they've managed to hit that level of quality. If you've been kind of on the fence about it, if you just want to see Matt Murdock continue his story and where that goes, this is definitely worth watching. The fight coordinator from the original Daredevil series is back. It really does feel like they've went back to their roots. Court scenes are really good. So overall, right now, I'm going to say that my opinion is very positive about Daredevil Born Again. I definitely have way more things that I'm enjoying as opposed to issues. I'd say all my issues are incredibly nitpicky, if I'm being honest, and probably stuff that they may even change my mind about depending on where they take the series and where they decide to go with certain storylines. If you're interested in a more spoiler-filled review of Daredevil Born Again, the first 3 episodes, or even just the whole series, definitely let me know in the comments down below. What did you think of the first 3 episodes of Daredevil Born Again? Are you as excited as I am for episode 4? That's all for me. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you when I see you.